Hey there, my name is Brett Farrell, founder of the Farrell Group, your favorite lead gen agency and home of the seven-figure list. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you specifically about how you can use a VSL or when you should use a VSL in exchange for a long-form sales copy. So I get questioned, I get asked all the time about when do I use a VSL and when do I actually use a long form sales copy? Like why do I use one or the other? And the worst question, the worst answer I have for you is that it really all depends. So as marketers, the best thing that we can do is just be scientists. And we're scientists and we're just testing. Everything is an experiment in what we do. And if your audience has the time and attention to be able to sit down for, say, 15, 20, 30, even a couple hours on a webinar or even a VSL presentation, great. Then that might actually be the best situation for you. However, other times, say if you don't actually have an audience that really actually wants to sit down and watch, they want to just read all the way through, like, honestly, you just do a long form sales letter. So you can also do the hybrid as well, which is going to be the third variation test, where you do a shortened version of your VSL on the top of the page that's sitting on top of a long form sales letter. So again, I'm very sorry I don't have an actual answer. It's really going to depend on your audience. And so it's actually something that's always worth testing, because if you write the VSL the right way, it's always going to outperform a long form sales letter, in my opinion. And what I've seen, especially when it comes to the health and fitness industry, VSLs usually outperform. And a lot of it has to do with the topic and conversation at hand. I mean, if you look at fitness, you're going to have a video-centric or video-oriented type of instruction. It just makes sense, right? I mean, if you have health also works very well, because, you know, a lot of times the information that's being provided in the health industry is just much easier to articulate with video examples to go along with the copy that you have. So if you imagine if your topic of conversation or the thing that you're actually selling or discussing is not a topic that's going to require a lot of instruction or a lot of I don't want to say convincing, but if it actually doesn't take a lot of explaining and you can on its face really get it, then just a text-based informational sales letter might actually outperform a video, because you don't need to spend 45 minutes to get them to fall in love with you or get them to understand your product and then finally sell them. So again, just to kind of summarize, is that when do you use a VSL versus a long form sales letter? When the VSL outperforms the long form sales letter. That's really what it is. And we have to be, just scientists and have to be good marketers and not just assume or go by preference. So in this case, I would recommend you doing both. The great thing about it is that if you want to start with a VSL, what you can do is that you can create the copy for the VSL and then modify it for the long form. So that way you have a VSL and then you can actually use that text as a guiding post for you to creating that long form sales letter, that then you can test both of them and see which one performs better. Okay, so that is my 2 cents on that. I know that doesn't answer your question directly, but just understand that it is just something where your audience might prefer it. And it might not actually even be a bad idea to ask them, what do you prefer? Do you prefer to read blogs, or you actually prefer to watch videos? And you can test that out on your blog or on basically just on your community itself. So thank you so much for tuning in. I actually have a gift for you, just for sitting here and listening to my rambling on answering your question. It's our checklist. It's our 1,000,000-person building checklist. So what we've done is that we've put together this really cool checklist that we use to actually say yes or no on all of our on all of our tools. So whenever we build a new lead tool, whenever actually we put out a new page or we put a new lead generation funnel together, we go through this checklist to make sure, is the headline on point? Is our tech already good? Is our page layout good? Is it on its face a great asset? And if it's ready for publish or not. So you can grab that checklist just below. We got a link just below this video. You can head over to our site and pick that up. So thank you so much for actually tuning in. Would love if you can subscribe, like, dislike. I'll probably get a lot of dislikes with this video, but I'm okay with it. I just understand that this is one of those things where it's verified through testing, and that's just what it is. And so, but if you want to comment, I'd love to know if you have any insight into what you've done and actually what you've found that has worked better, either VSL or long form. Thank you again. My name is Brett Farrell, founder of the Farrell Group. Love for you to check out some of our other weird videos as well. You take care and have a good day. Bye-bye.